What's up, YouTube? Week 3. So, remember last time I told y'all I was using them Torino's Tough, the True Spacers? I made a shocking discovery. You can't just use spacer brushes. For my hair texture, not a possibility. I could work it in some probably down the road. I could work it in maybe towards the beginning. But after a while, when you come down to like 3 major forks and you just good everywhere else, it ain't knocking them out, bruh. It has what I like to call the CQP plateau effect. Take it or leave it. You know, people argue their points on it. That's my personal experience. You look at my older videos, I've spoke on it before. The plateau effect is real. At some point, that brush hits a plateau. I'm going to reintroduce it later. Right now, OG Diane 8169. My custom spaced out. Well, it's only halfway spaced out. We'll get to that. 8159 Diane. Tool structure comb. Won't be doing that today, but I do comb on the regular. So when I do have my brush sessions, I make sure that I usually comb for at least 3 minutes. I just comb my hair. Then I get into my hard, medium, finish out with my soft. That's the order I go in. I also been using the 8119. All OG Diane. I'm pretty sure you can't find them anymore. Don't ask where I got it. I got them years ago. It's a wrap. If you find them now, good luck. They're hard to find and people are taxing like ridiculous amounts. I also been using the Best Wave Softy because the rows are the same. But these got longer bristles, so. And I still use this Torino 6555 because it goes along. It's nice to use just for small work, and it also has the same kind of rows. So, remember I told y'all I always look for a new moisturizer. So, I've been using HD Waves. Well, this is great. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still Team Cold Label, but I do try some other things out every once in a while. Shout out to HD Waves, though, because this is a solid pomade right here. So, I don't necessarily know all the ingredients, but I know that it got a lot of exotic things in it. This one actually has a lot of like Brazilian butters or something. This is the HD 3000. I know it got shea butter in it. My hair reacts well to shea butter, so I've been rocking with that. It smells like Sprite. It goes on. You don't really need a lot. That's the first time that I've like found a pomade where I could say you don't need a lot, and I mean you don't need a lot. You just don't. I also found this Cocoa Shea Whip by As I Am. Let me tell you something about this product right here. This, affordable. About, I think this cost me, like $10 or something. No big deal. Maybe 11. This right here, $15. 15 doll hairs, man. But I don't need much. And me being a licensed barber, I get a little discount. For the average person, this pricey than a mug. Me even getting a discount for being a licensed professional, I still think this is pricey than a mug, okay? So, please do the research on your hair type. Mine is about a 3C. This works well for me. It might not work for you. It might not work for you. Do your hair strand test. Do your porosity test. They're both online. They're free. Just type in any search engine, porosity test, hair strand type chart. They got them. Curl chart, whatever you want to call it. And then I also, since I already had this, the moisture milk, I used this and this. have a little session. So I'll start off my session with this, with the 8159, the hard brush. And then I go with the Shea, and I bust out this one, the medium brush. Your own round of medium, hard, and soft brush. It doesn't matter which. Then I go with, a little bit of the HD Softy. If I just really feel like going that hard, I'll have another smaller session just to make sure things are in order with this one. And then I'll just kind of finesse with this one at the very end. It's soft too, so it's like two softies in one, you know? So I'll show you the angles that I found to do the pattern that I've been working on by going through a short little brushing session where I kind of show you the angles in which I'm brushing, and you can follow along for the people who are trying to get this same pattern. And then if you are not, then it is what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and show you, and you'll also see for my hair texture what these products look like all together and what it does for me in terms of hold and all of that. My hair is still a little bit damp from earlier, but it's cool. So as you can see, shine on point, hold on point. I got this troublesome area right here, and all of this likes to curl up every time I brush. You'll see it in a second. But I'll show y'all what it's looking like right now. So that's where we are with the pattern. I brush every day. I'm not one of those all day, everyday type of brushers. This is real life. This is real reality. This is how much I brush. I'm a full-time barber. I'm cutting heads all day. If I happen to get a break and my do-rag is off, I might hit it with the Softy, but this usually keeps me laid down so well, I don't even want to touch it. I ain't gonna lie. So I'll brush in the morning before I go to work. I brush for about an hour or so on Uvu with some homies. Whoever wants to brush with me, you can hit me up on Uvu Breeze Cuts, and we can get a session in. I'm usually on there for a good 45 minutes to an hour with those guys. So that's the amount of time I put in. I comb, I brush, I go through all the motion though. When I do have my sessions, I don't skip nothing. So no shortcuts here. So I had a couple people inbox me about some of these angles, so I'm gonna try my best to show you what I did change to meet up with the top of my head and those forks, and get those forks moving outward out of my pattern. In the long run, I'm not worried about it right now, but I know in the long run they'll be gone. So realistically, my pattern goes this right here down to the front of my ear to about right here. This is my right side. I brush for the pattern, not necessarily angle. And over time, if you get to that level, it will make sense to you. So I'm brushing this whole entire area from my crown out at this upward slant, if you could tell. And the reason why is because when I look like this, I want all these waves to start coming over to eventually push this fork out. It was up here. I had two. Now this one's moving down. This one's moving over. So I'm just going to help them. Over time, they will go away. I'm trying to show y'all the angles I'm going. I'm not coming straight down because my whole top is slanted. I'm just coming at this upward angle. And then I come over to my... Oh, did I say my right? I always do that because this camera flips everything. So, come over here to my right side. And I'm brushing from the crown, cross over. So, I'm making sure that I'm hitting both sides. I just simultaneously get this whole side to come in one little smooth swoop. But that's not the direction I was going, so I did have a lot of crashing above my ear. Don't worry about that, because over time that's going to go away. It's going to connect. But you see how this is coming together with this? That was the goal. I don't have any major forks in these areas. All of this is going to become one wave right here, from here to here, and this will be its own. I come straight to the back, right behind my ear. Kind of straight down, but it's a little bit of an angle. And then I really slant it when I get over here. As you can see, that's closing my crown too. So never get discouraged by forks, all that craziness. Don't worry about that. We're woofing for 10 weeks. You're going to move things around. They're going to go away over time. Be consistent with what you're doing, and that consistency will come together. That's what anything in life. You're going to work out for 2 weeks, you probably ain't going to see that many results. You brush for 2 weeks, you'll get some results, but nowhere near the results you could have if you would have went for a couple months with just going through your normal routine every day. When y'all see them old school cats walking around and they got the dips right on the top with the nice fade, they probably been brushing that same one direction just like this for years. Well, if you brush any direction for years, it's gonna look great, but people give up kind of fast. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta give these waves some time, especially if y'all just kind of starting new to waves and this is your first time woofing going this long. Yeah, just keep going. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing. So as you can see, you can kind of see where my pattern is going. The only part that I tend to have to take extra time for is my crown, because I don't want it to just close. There's a particular way that I want it to look, and that's kind of like this, like I'm trying to show you. But my crown is just one of those weird areas where until it's like super thick, it just looks kind of crazy for a while. So like how it's light right here, I'm just waiting for it to get thicker in my crown area. My crown's kind of straight, so it is what it is. But really,